Here we are at the Dubai Autodrome Club circuit in the 2017 Bugatti Chiron. There will be 5 parts to this video: the perpetual point, then I'll show you braking points, then a weird series of lots of bots, then a big bot a bunch behind me, finally how to catch up and refill the clock after you're damaged. So right here I'm going to show you the perpetual point. I'm at 17.9 kilometers and there you go. That's how you know you reached it. There's a huge bunch of bots all in a pack. And then, because I've only got LTS upgrades for this car, they're going to really drive away on me on the straights. And I kind of blew that corner. Here, I'll just show you the upgrades I've got. You can see that it's all 3s. So I'm way short of being fully upgraded. And back into the race here. So you want to be cutting off track. And I'm going to get into the braking points here shortly, but there's a really critical part coming up here. That is, when you make this cut, if you go too far to the right over here, you're going to get hit hard. You have to stay a little bit to the left and pay attention to the bots that will be passing you, because that could really hurt you and wreck your race. So on this lap, we're going to be looking at the braking points. So watch on your left-hand side on the wall, there's going to be a small black section. Right there, I'm braking right about at that point when I'm right beside that. And get it back to the gas when you can. I tend to skid a lot right there. And then you want to be braking and turning at about that point. Sometimes I brake a little bit later after the turn, sometimes earlier. That one wasn't great, but that's not too bad. Start turning about there, and you can be braking a little bit or lifting from the throttle to regain control. You don't necessarily have to brake. I'm hitting my brakes while I'm in the air, actually. And again, you're going to need to watch that section. Watch on your left-hand side, the grass changes colors. I'm braking before that at this point in the race. Okay, so that's the braking points. Let's warp ahead a little bit. So this is weird. Look how many bots are there. That's a really tight group of bots compared to what I just showed you a few laps back. And I'm going to take this for another lap because they get even closer, which is really surprising to me. That corner you can power out of really nicely. You're going to notice that there's no audio. That's because Android is starting to really clamp down on people using internal audio recordings, and my Samsung was still allowing me to do that, but now it won't. So I might have to take a bite of the apple and go over to iPhone. We'll see. So I've got some background music. Now look at this. Look at all these bots. That's so tightly grouped, it's not that easy to get in there. Again, I'm going to take it more to the left. There, he passes me. 2 of them pass me. Okay, let's warp ahead a bit. Here is something else very strange. This is very rare, but it's happened to me twice this week. So I'm just wasting some time burning down the clock. And I want to end right at the finish line so I know exactly how much fame and R I'm earning per lap. So I'm getting that all set up, and just watch what happens. This is really bizarre. There's a car. There's a whole bunch of cars. Well, what's going on here? That shouldn't happen. They shouldn't all be behind me, right? So is this just a visual glitch, or what happens if I pass them? So my timer is really low, like dangerously low, because I have to pass one of these guys. There's no way I can make it around to another lap. And then I blew my braking point. Just a few seconds left. Hopefully there's a guy coming up behind me that I can wreck. There we go, perfect. Now the downside of that is I definitely just damaged my car. Yep, there's cracks. So I'm going to be slower top speed, slower acceleration, longer in the brakes, and less grip. On the flip side, I really don't have to care very much about hitting people anymore. So I'm going to have to start adjusting my braking points. So how about we take another little warp here ahead to, I'll show you something else. There, so now I'm going to show you that I was still able to fill up the timer and catch up, even though I've got damage and my timer was so low. So here I am, and I haven't refilled the timer yet, but that should be happening at this next corner. You can easily pass 4 or 5 bots here. So there's 1, 2, 3. Yep, because he's going to disappear. So I got 3 that time. So I should say you can easily pass 3 or 4. Warp ahead to the end. And look at this. Still a couple of bots behind me. I'm going to see if I can... They're going to hit me. Oh, well, anyways, I didn't wreck any of them. I'm just going to end the race here. I don't want to keep on going. So there you go. It is certainly an endless endurance race. And I'll show you my final numbers here. I did 37 laps. Nice thing about that is even though you cut off track, you get a full lap counted for your distance. You don't get a full lap as far as fame and R are concerned. Get a nice friends bonus there. So here you go. Here are my final numbers. I didn't hire the agent and I didn't hire the manager. So this is just what you get. Yeah, it's not too bad. Not something I do for everyday farming. Thanks for watching. Hope some of those tips helped you.